Okay. Hey everyone. I hope everyone's having a great Sunday. Okay, let me... Okay. There we go. Okay, we're live right now. Okay, hey. Hello everyone. How you guys doing? Let me help Brandon first, and then I'll help, Thank you, Gundam, for subscribing. Hey, Tommy, Royale with Cheese, Cardan, Kobe, Zeus, Drifter Kids, Eric D. Hey, everyone. All I gotta say is I really enjoy your videos, and God bless. Thank you, Luan. Thank you. Hey, Vex, how are you?
Damn, sorry. Gee, excuse me.
How you doing this Sunday? I'm doing good, Royale. How are you, man? Oh, you beat the Oscar Guzman files again for the, career challenge. Okay, okay, Pearston, does it really make sense to do the document business if you do buy supplies? Yeah, as long as you have it upgraded, it still will make you a little bit of money. Whoa. The Vigilante, can be used in the original Heists, and it can also be used in, the Oscar Guzman missions, which is what I did. Okay, here we go. Do I know anything about the Chechen Wars? A little bit. I know that Chechnya was part of the Soviet Union, and then after the Soviet Union's collapse and became Russia, there was a few Chechen wars. The first war, Russia tried to take Chechnya but failed. The first Chechen war was a disaster for the Russians. The second Chechen war, the Russians ended up taking Chechnya. Today it is part of Russia. It has its own kind of government, but it's still part of Russia. Ramzan Kadyrov is the leader of Chechnya, I know that. But, Chechnya also has a very big extremist problem, I know that as well. There have been a lot of terrorist groups that have been in Chechnya. Do I know much about the Spanish-American War? Yeah, a bit. The Spanish-American War, that was in the year 1898. That was, the Spanish-American War started when there was a revolution going on in Cuba. So there was a civil war in Cuba, and what happened was the Cubans wanted to be independent, and there was talks that the Spanish government was repressing the Cubans. And what ended up happening was the U.S. actually sent one of their warships to the port of Havana, the USS Maine, to calm things down. But what happened was the ship randomly exploded. People don't know why the ship exploded to this day. A common theory is that a soldier was smoking near the artillery shells and that something ignited on the ship and blew it up. There's conspiracies that the Cuban revolutionaries had blown it up to make the U.S. interfere on their behalf. So there's a lot of different conspiracies regarding that, but what happened was the U.S. basically blamed Spain for it. Spain denied destroying the ship. And then the U.S. went to war with Spain, Cuba, and the Philippines, and that's how basically the U.S. got Puerto Rico also in that conflict. They got Guam and Wake Island, and the Spanish-American War was really the death of the Spanish Empire. The Spanish Empire was finished after that war. Wait, is my what are you saying? My frame rate is dropping on the streams? I did. Are you talking about the AC-130, Zach? Frank Fontaine, that guy's from BioShock, I remember him. Oh man, yeah, that guy was a scumbag. Do I think that BioShock's Rapture was doomed to fail? Well, really, what was gonna happen is Adam was the thing that basically caused Rapture to fall apart. Adam caused everything. Wait, so guys, what's my stream like right now? Is it fine? Oh, no, I didn't, Zach. Random frame drops on the stream? Thank you, Mr. Nowhere. Favorite death in the Sopranos? Phil's death. I've been discharged from the hospital. Are you okay, dude? Thank you, Ant. Thank you, dude. Why'd Nico kill Luca? Well, he thought that Ray wanted him dead. Brandon, you can help, you can help the other planes. I'm good right now. I only have one drop left. Help the other planes. I'm fine. Hey Pro, it's me again. I just want to say I've been living great since after the New Year's disaster. Thanks for changing my life for the better, and it took your advice. My friend and I got the same class, and making memories. So I'm glad everything worked out for you, Pizza's zombie animations. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you, dude. No, I don't think Michael was based on Max Payne. I know about that, Zach. Yeah. No, I didn't, Sniper. My dad doesn't just speak Russian, he speaks Ukrainian, Belarusian, and Polish as well. Okay, oh, but is everything okay now, Menace? Do you remember when people clickbaited and said that Michael was an older Tommy? Yes, yeah, that was common. Stream older games? Yeah. I'm gonna do a live stream of Yakuza 0 getting 100% completion. I know people have wanted me to do that, so we'll go for that. I am not sure, Brandon. Drop that like. Thank you, dude. You're getting some frame rate drop, huh? Black Ops 1 will be started tomorrow. My next video will be a Yakuza 0 video, later tonight. Also, about Yakuza 0, I beat that guy at the end, the Majima boss, Joe. The guy you get for, like, when you complete all Majima stuff stories, I beat him. That was a really annoying boss battle. Really annoying one, but I beat him. Thank you, Chris. Thank you for sponsoring my channel. Thank you, dude. Thanks, man. Where do I get my cosplay gear from? Mostly Amazon. What's one thing I dislike about the Fallout TV show? Great question. I guess kind of the ridiculous voice changer that they have on the Brotherhood of Steel, like, power armor, like that. Like, when you wore power armor, your voice changed a tiny bit, but your voice became more like, it became a tiny bit more robotic, but not, like, so deep and robotic like that. Like, that was, that I didn't like. One other thing I didn't like, the number one thing I didn't like about the Fallout TV show, I generally liked it. I would have given it, I give it a 9 out of 10. But one thing I don't like is I don't like that when they do the pre-war flashbacks, when you see, like, Cooper before, you know, the nuclear war happened. What is this cop doing right now? What are you doing? Okay, that was, but when they do, like, the pre-war flashbacks of, like, Cooper, for example, one thing I've noticed is when they're talking about the invasion of Anchorage, like in Alaska, that Cooper constantly says Reds. Like, have you noticed that in the Fallout TV show they constantly say Reds? They never say China once. But in the Fallout games, they make it very clear that the war in the Fallout games was with China. So, like, they say China invaded Anchorage, Alaska, it was China. So the war was between China and America. And that was one thing that I didn't like, that they did not say the word China once, they just constantly kept saying Reds. And I think that the reason they did that was because Reds can be very interpreted in so many different ways. You can be interpreted as the Soviets, for example. And so they did that on purpose not to offend China. That's pretty much why they did that. Because Amazon was scared of offending China. So look, you don't hear the word China at all in the TV show, even though China was the main bad guy in the Fallout world. Why does it matter if they didn't mention China specifically? It's not a big deal. Cause to me, the reason it matters, Aternus, is because of the political correctness. I feel like they're purposely not saying it, not to offend the Chinese government. Because the second that they say China in the TV show, what's going to happen is the entire show is going to get banned in China. That's what's going to happen. I'm happy that you're streaming my birthday. You're my favorite YouTuber. Thank you, Chris. And happy birthday, Chris. Everybody wish Chris a happy birthday. Happy birthday, Chris. Thank you, dude. Why is Ryder loved by so many San Andreas players? Yeah, that's what I say is, if, I'll tell you something. If I made, like, a video one day, top 10 most overrated GTA characters, I guarantee you Ryder would be number 1 on that list. Yeah, Ryder probably would be the number 1 most overrated GTA character. It's like, people love Ryder so much, but Ryder is a scumbag. Like, he's a complete scumbag. And he never actually helps you. All he does is he talks crap, he constantly mocks CJ, and yet there's this, like, obsession. People just love Ryder, and he betrays you. He betrays Grove Street. He, like, works with Smoke and Tenpenny. So, like, this, I don't know why people love Ryder so much. He's a complete scumbag, and it's you know, he deserved to die when CJ killed him. This is my first super chat. Oh, hey, hello, Hermos. I can tell it's from Fallout 4. I just can't tell who that is, but I can tell the avatar's from Fallout 4. Oh, I didn't skip your super chat, Christine. I just didn't see it. I'm sorry. Let me look. Stuck in a black screen. Oh, okay. I'm sorry I didn't see your super chat earlier, Christine. Are you still in that black screen? Okay, here we go. There we go. Done on that. Okay, that's good, Christine. A whole year has passed. I don't know what else to say, but I feel like donating at some point this month to show more support. Keep doing what you do. Thank you, Wasabi Guy, and thank you for being a member for a full year. Thanks, dude. Yeah, I'll play Alan Wake at 1 and 2 Hustler. I just don't know when, but right now we're gonna be playing Ace Attorney Investigations and Black Ops 1, and then later in April we'll do Days Gone Remastered. We'll do that. You know why Ryder is overrated? Because people like a voice actor, because is a rapper, that's why. Yeah, I know that he's a rapper, but I guess it might be the voice actor. But at the same time, Tenpenny is voiced by Samuel L. Jackson. And, you know, Samuel L. Jackson is an amazing actor, but you don't see people love Tenpenny as much as they love Ryder. Who do I think are some of the most overrated characters in GTA? Ryder, probably number 1 most overrated character. Who else can I think of? Oh, I'd have to think very carefully on this one. Thank you, Chris. Yeah, I have to think about this one. Ryder, same old CJ, Busta, straight Busta. Thank you, Isaiah. Thanks for the super chat. I don't think really any GTA protagonist is overrated. I think they're all great. Well, I don't know what I would cover in the Franklin lore video, but, yeah, Lance Vance, I would say another overrated character, too. OG Loke is inspired by Tupac? Is he? Thank you, Agent Reaper, for the super chat. No, I don't think Luis is overrated. I think he's a great character. Mike Torino lore video I will do. The numbers pro, what do they mean? Huh? Yep. Your thoughts on Rockstar acquiring Video Games Deluxe and renaming to Rockstar Australia? Aren't those the people who made GTA Definitive Edition? Thank you, Dylan Ham. Does Lance Vance cause more problems than Maria or Ashley? He causes a ton of problems. He causes more problems for Vic than he does for Tommy, but... Yeah, I would say that probably Ashley is the one who causes the most problems, Agent Reaper. Yes, I am, learning sophistry. Yo, guys, do you think that Mafia the Old Country will have online multiplayer? No, it's gonna be a strictly single-player game. I cannot picture that game having multiplayer. Here we go. Oh, thank you, Deadeye. Have I played Splinter Cell Chaos Fury or Stalker Shadow Chernobyl? I think you would enjoy those games. No, I've never played the Stalker games. I know that a lot of the Stalker games are on console, on PlayStation, not seen on PlayStation Store. I might give those a try one day. I never played Splinter Cell Chaos Fury, but I did play Splinter Cell Conviction. That one I did play. And I beat that one. What is my favorite lore video of all time? Out of all the lore videos that I've ever made on the channel, what is my favorite lore video? Give me a moment, I'll give you an answer. I just have to think about it for a second. My favorite lore video. Maybe the one with Pegorino that I did last year. That one. You know, why does everyone hate Pegorino? That one might be my most favorite one I did. I also really like the one, why does Dimitri betray Nico? That one I also liked a lot. Opinion of JRC Mass School. That school was just psychotic. And, oh, the third retail video, it is going to be coming out probably later tonight or tomorrow. If not tonight, I promise 100% it'll be out tomorrow, if not tonight. I've recorded a huge part of it. I'm also, the video's gonna be decently long. I'm reacting to 30 different retail stories that you guys posted. So if you posted a comment, chances are your comment's gonna be in the video. I reacted to 30 different comments on that one. But it'll be a pretty big video, me reacting to those stories that you guys told me. Hey Pro, I don't mean to keep bugging you about this, but I found this Batman Beyond costume that you can use here. Decided to play the Batman Arkham. It's cool. Where is this costume? Is this on Amazon? Thank you, you post cringe CJ. Thanks for the super chat. Is Michael Corleone a sociopath? Kind of, yeah. He's definitely not a psychopath, but he's kind of a sociopath. No, I haven't played Splinter Cell Blacklist. I know Blacklist is the sequel to Conviction, but... Maybe, Zach, but when people say Reds, they're either probably referring to the Soviet Union. Heist turned 10 tomorrow in GT. Oh, you're right, March 10, 2015, when Heist came out. Why is it you very rarely drink alcohol? Is it for health reasons? Yeah, it's health. It has nothing to do with religious reasons. It's health reasons, primarily. I just don't think that it's, healthy. There have been people in my family who have struggled with alcoholism, which that's a, major, reason that I don't touch alcohol at all. And pretty much that. And people ask me a lot of times, when I tell people that I'm 30 years old, a lot of times people do not believe me. People look at my face and they think that I'm like, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, like around that age. Like, people don't generally believe me that I'm 30. I had a really embarrassing situation where I went to the bank once, and what happened was I was depositing some money, and as I was depositing the money, they were checking my ID, and they thought that the ID might be fake, and they were like looking at me like constantly. It was a pretty embarrassing situation. And then I had it happen once where I went with my father. My father was visiting me, and me and my father were walking around Walmart, and my father bought a bunch of stuff, I bought a bunch of stuff, and even though we were doing two different transactions, my father was buying a bunch of beer. So my father likes drinking beer, and what happened is the lady at the checkout basically started telling me, oh, I need to see his ID too. My dad's like, for what? And she's like, in case you're buying it for him. And I'm like, I don't drink. I don't touch that stuff. I don't drink beer at all. I did, like, literally, the last time I probably had a beer was probably over a decade ago. That was probably literally the last time. I cannot remember the last time that I touched a beer. And yet she checked my ID, and then she was like looking at me and stuff. It was like a pretty embarrassing situation. But yeah, but that's one of the reasons that I look so young. I would attribute that. No smoking, no soda, and no alcohol. So I don't smoke, I don't drink. That's it. No soda too. The only thing that I will never give up, though, for health thing, I will never give up fast food. I never will. I know that fast food is unhealthy for you, but it's like, I just won't give up fast food. I've already given up soda, which soda, I haven't drank soda in like 10 years. So I can live without soda, but I'm not going to give up fast food. So that was that, so. Will I play Red Dead Redemption 2? Oh, what do you mean? You mean online? Red Dead Online is a stream? Or you mean like the single player? What are you talking about specifically, Chris? If you're asking me when am I going to do a single player playthrough, maybe sometime this year on the anniversary of Red Dead Redemption 2, I could do another playthrough of the single player. Thank you, Chris, for the super chat. Can I go back to the JR school in Massachusetts? Finish? Wait. What do you mean, Vertigo? I'm a bit confused by your question. What is it? Which of the cartel bosses from the 3D and HD universe would you rather work with as your online character, and which one is the biggest scumbag? Which cartel boss would I like to work with out of all the cartel bosses in the GTA game? That's a very easy one to answer. Colonel Cortez. Colonel Cortez is the most level-headed cartel boss, and he is generally a pretty friendly guy. As long as you don't piss him off and screw him over, he's not gonna, betray you. And the biggest scumbag in the out of all the cartel bosses in the games, the Mendez brothers. Yeah, the Mendez brothers, the biggest cartel scumbags in the GTA games. Yeah, Mendez brothers, I would say, are the worst ones. Thank you, Mr. Jesus. Bro, I'm in Tennessee. Met the Red Dead Redemption 2 cast cosplaying as John Marston, had a blast. Talked about theories and characters from Red Dead Redemption 2 and 3. Some iconic autographs. That's cool, Sack. Did you get a chance to take a picture of any of the voice actors? But that's really cool. Oh, you want to know my thoughts on the school? It was I didn't fully read onto it. I read into what you guys told me about it. I can read more about it if you want me to, Vertigo, and I can on the next, you don't have to super chat me again. On the next stream I can tell you fully in detail what I think about it, but I do remember what you said about the school, that it was doing like electroshock therapy. It was like, what the hell? Hey Pat, I found a job. Today's my first work day. My shift starts in like 3 hours later. Oh, what's your job, Jam? Yeah, took pictures of Arthur, John, Sadie, Micah, and Dutch. That's pretty cool. What is the worst period in history that you would want to be in, and why? The worst time period in history? Oh man, that would be a very hard one to answer. It really depends. It really depends on it really depends on the continent too, because certain time periods in history, one continent is better to live on than another continent. So like, for example, World War II. If you're living in America, as long as you're not fighting in the war, nothing bad is happening to you. But Europe is a complete mess, and so is Asia. So it really depends on the continent. Also, it doesn't just depend on the time period. It depends on the continent and the time period. As for my ancestors, the worst time period for my ancestors would have been either my direct family would be World War II. World War II, my family's from Poland. So it would be World War II would be the worst time period in my family's history. The worst time period in my ancestors' history would probably have to be the Dark Ages. Yeah, I would say the Dark Ages in Europe. And the thing about that is Poland was actually one of the best places to live in the Dark Ages, where a lot of the other countries were really bad. Like France was really bad in the Dark Ages. The Holy Roman Empire, which was Germany, was really bad in the Dark Ages. England was really bad in the Dark Ages, so was Spain. Poland was relatively fine compared to them, but it was still a bad time period. At that same time period, my ancestors on my father's side were fighting in so many battles in Asia. My dad's ancestors were in the Mongolian army, and so they were going through like Siberia and Russia and like Central Asia and just conquering that area. I gotta change. I still have kilometers on. I forgot to turn it off. Yeah. My father is a Tatar. So my dad's ancestors, his ancestors were part of the Mongolian army. Here we go. Siberian Gakel Ridge Caldera Arctic Supervolcano. Wait, what? What are you talking about? How do I read your name? Octadisk Suppressor. I'm always having trouble reading your name. How do I pronounce it? Thank you for the super chat. What do you mean, though? Would I ever rent rooms of my property or not? If you're okay, what you're asking me if I was if I would rent out like a room in my property. Well, I own 2 properties, you know, 2 rentals. I don't actually, the place I live at and sleep at is my apartment. My apartment I actually don't own. That's what's kind of weird. I rent this apartment, but I own 2 houses and I rent those. And I make money from those 2 houses. The reason that I don't own my own, you know, house is because I don't need a house. You know, I live by myself and I don't need that much room. So I'm perfectly fine with renting an apartment and taking the rest of the money and investing it. If you're asking me if I owned a house, would I let somebody you know, rent out a room in that house if I lived in the house? No. And the reason for that is because I'm a very individualistic person. I like being by myself. I like being alone. And so no, I could not like I could not live with somebody even if we didn't have that much contact. Like, you know, having another person like living in the same house with me, I just couldn't. It's just me. I'm not scared of them or anything like that. It's just I don't know how to explain it. It's just I just want my privacy. I just don't want to interact with anyone. That's just me. I'm fine with interacting online. So online I'm a pretty social person, but in real life, not really. There's a massive depression underneath the Arctic Ocean supervolcano. I'm sorry I didn't see your super chat. Are you planning on playing Mercenaries? Yes. Mercenaries 2. Do you know that GTA 5 on PC, PS4 is 10 years old? Yeah. GTA 5 on PS4 came out November 18th, 2014. Check that date. Was I right on it? November 18th, 2014. Pretty sure I was right on that one. Was I? But it was, that is when it came out on PlayStation 4. Oh, whose helicopter is this? Well, I'll take it. Oh, you work at McDonald's. Oh, okay, Gem. And it's your first job, and don't let anybody make fun of you for working at McDonald's. A job is a job. You're making money. The only thing I will say about it is when you're working at McDonald's, you are going to deal with really nasty people, like really, really rude people. There's going to be people that are going to complain about your orders, like saying, oh, you know, I wanted this and that and that. The food's too hot, the food's too cold, this is, you know, this is cooked wrong. You know, people are going to complain about dumb things like that. It's going to happen. So just wanted to warn you, be prepared for that. Did I deal Karens in retail? Of course, yes. Are fast food customers worse than retail customers? I would say yes, they are. And the reason that fast food customers are worse in the food industry than retail customers is because in retail, they'll complain about dumb things like something being out of stock or like a coupon. But in the food industry, they'll complain about how your food is made. They're like, oh, this is cooked wrong. This is too hot. This is too cold. You know, make this item, you know, a different way. You know, this food a different way. That's my helicopter. Okay, Titan. If I buy something, I'm probably gonna buy an apartment. That's probably what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna probably buy an apartment. What's your question, Phoenix? Some people do that to get free stuff. Oh, I'm aware. Yeah. People are scumbags. Did I hear about PC gamers on GTA Online? Let's see, where are we delivering this to? Oh, this is the weed truck mission. Yeah, I know this one. The PC players cannot migrate and transfer their characters. They lost everything on Steam. I was hoping you did hear. Oh, that's ridiculous. No, I actually didn't hear about that one. Will I buy a new car if it's 2030? The thing about this is, when we, my mom is, what is it, my mom is gonna probably get rid of her car in, when she moves next year, and I'm probably gonna help her find, like, a new car there. But as for me, myself, I'm gonna keep driving my car until it basically breaks down, until it's, like, until the point when the repairs cost more than the car itself, that's when I'll sell it. When the repairs are more than the car it's worth, I'll get rid of it at that point. I'm not, for me, like, there's no, I personally think, I think that a car is one of the worst investments that you could make. And I think everybody should own a car, but I think that it can also be a really bad investment, because if you buy, like, a car, you buy a new car, the car is going to lose its value, like, 40-50% of its value in, like, 3 years. So that's like, people buy, like, a $40,000 truck or SUV, and then they lose, like, most of that value in, like, 3 or 4 years. So cars can be a really, really bad investment. Now, what do I think about leasing? I don't support leasing either. If I'm going to get a car, I'm going to buy a used car. Cash. That's the way I'm going to do it. No leasing. I want it to be mine. But I'm not going to get rid of it for a very, very long time. Is it a worse investment than an expensive ring or jewelry? Well, it depends. If it's like why are you buying the expensive ring or the expensive jewelry? If you're buying, like, the expensive ring or the expensive jewelry because you know it'll go up in value in, like, a number of years and then you want to sell it, then okay. But if you are buying, like, an expensive piece of ring or jewelry just because you want to, wear it, flash it around, I think that's a really bad investment. I'd rather, spend the money on a car than buy that at that point. That's what I'll say about it. I will tell you something. The people that are people that are rich a lot of times are the people that you don't expect to be rich, because the people that are constantly showing off their wealth a lot of times are not rich. So, like, you will have these idiots that will go and, like, buy, like, $10,000 Rolex watches and act like, oh, it's so cool, look at my $10,000 Rolex watch, when all it basically takes, somebody just punches you in the face and just takes that, and that's $10,000 down the drain. That is, so, like, people will spend money on the most dumb things ever. Like, the most stupidest things ever. I never spend money on luxuries. I don't buy expensive watches, clothes, all that stuff, cars. I don't spend anything on stuff like that. I personally think it's stupid. And also, like, honestly, if I met like, even if I met, like, a rich person, like somebody who's a multi-millionaire, and they're, like, wearing a Rolex, and they're trying to show me off, look at my $20,000 Rolex. You know what I would tell them? I would tell them, you spend $20,000 on something that'll tell you the time, right? I can just pull out my iPhone and it'll tell me the time. I don't need to spend $20,000 on that. So it's like you're spending $20,000 on something that'll basically tell you the time. So, like, when people spend, like, $20,000 on a stupid watch, that is basically just to show off. It's stupid and it's dumb. It's idiotic. It's ridiculous. Like, honestly, instead of that $20,000, you could have just taken that $20,000 and invested it in something different. You could have saved up for, like, another rental property. You could have, like, put it into, like, a CD at a bank and, like, have that start building interest for you, making money from it. Well, like, spending $20,000 on, like, a watch, that's, like, one of the stupidest things that I've heard. Thank you, Omega, for subscribing. Thank you, dude. My friends are supportive. Yeah, I have no illusions about some people being jerks, but I think I'll be fine. I have a nice boss, and I also think people here are less scummy overall. Here's the thing about this, Jam. I don't want to make you, like, paranoid or get your hopes down, but when I first started working in retail, I thought that my coworkers and my boss were nice. That's basically it. And You know how that turned out. So that's basically what I'll say is, you don't know that your boss is a nice guy until a couple months of working with him. After you work for him like 3 or 4 months, you'll know what type of person he really is at that point. What is a CD bank? Oh, a CD is basically like an investment you give to the bank, and the bank basically takes your money. You cannot, touch that money for like 6 months or a year, depending on how long the investment is. And then after like 6 months or a year, you get like a portion of it back. And it's FDIC. I'm pretty sure it's FDIC insured, so it's like a completely non-risk investment. So you don't get a lot of money from it. Not like you get more money from the stock market, but it's a very safe investment that like anybody can pretty much do. Okay. I'll help Jimpa here. I haven't helped Jimpa in a very long time. Steel product. Jimpa, hold on. Don't start up your sale yet. Don't start it yet. Don't start it yet. Surprised I didn't crash the server with how many cars I blew up just now. Okay. Have I ever tried birra tacos? I don't know what those are. I've had tacos before, but I don't know what birra tacos are. Thank you, Humberto. Crypto or stocks? Oh, I would never touch cryptocurrency. I think that cryptocurrency is like a scam. I would never. No, never. No. I just discovered your channel from Breaking Banquet. I just subscribed to your channel. Thank you, Fat Pikachu. Thank you. I'm assuming... Wait, Breaking Banquet. If I remember correctly, isn't that the guy who made the video, reacting to me talking about, like, Wings of Redemption and, like, those other YouTubers? Because I remember there was like a YouTuber, like, a bigger YouTuber who, like, made, like, a video of, like, me. He was like a video of me talking about the scumbag YouTubers. I think that was Breaking Banquet who did that. But yeah, to rent out, get a house or an apartment. Wait, what do you mean rent out? Do you mean that you're gonna rent it, Joker, or do you mean that you want to rent it to somebody? Can you explain a little more? Okay, no, I would not invest in Bitcoin. I don't not, cryptocurrency is such an unstable thing, I would never touch it. Hey, Pat, what are your thoughts on people who buy firearms for their collection? I think that that's cool. I do that as well. I collect firearms. I especially collect a lot of older firearms. So that's a hobby of mine. So I don't have an issue with that. Rent out to someone else. Would love to hear your opinion. Well, are you... Now, let me ask you another question, Joker. Is this a property that you're completely renting out to somebody? Or is this like a room or two that you're renting out to someone? Like, is this like an entire... Like, are you living at the same place or not? Is this like a place that you would be, I meant as a hypothetical property. If you're gonna get into renting out properties for people, rent out houses. Don't rent out apartments. Houses will get you more money in general too. The upside is an apartment is gonna cost less. But Also, with the apartments, there might be certain rules that you might have to make the tenants follow. Also, even because even if you own an apartment, virtually almost every single apartment comes with an HOA. Almost every apartment, at least in my country, and so there's rules that you have to follow, and some apartment buildings might not let you rent out to other people. So I would say only rent out apartments if you actually own the building itself. Like if you own the actual building, then. But personally, for me, the reason I would never rent out an apartment building. Like if I had like an apartment building, right, I'd probably sell it. I probably would not rent it. And the reason I wouldn't do that is because I grew up in a very I grew up in an apartment building, and the apartment building my parents owned it, and the apartment building was this was not, when I say apartment building, I'm not talking some giant like New York City skyscraper. I'm saying a very small 3-floor apartment building. That's what it is. If anybody's ever watched Spider-Man 2 or 3, if you ever seen Spider-Man 2 or 3, you know the apartment that Peter lives in, Mr. Ditkovich's building. That's the type of house that my parents owned. It was like a small apartment building. It was very similar in that the staircase is very similar, the structure was very similar. It was just like that. And my grandma, purchased it when she came to the country. My grandma had saved up a lot of money too, and my grandma had a lot of possessions of hers because my grandma had kept a lot of gold in the family. And the reason she kept a lot of gold in the family, it was over time, because my families, they used to own, they were businessmen who owned they owned a shoemaking store. So like they would make shoes for people, boots for people. They were not rich people, so my family was not rich people, but they were, I would say, a little bit better off than a lot of other people. And so when the Russian Revolution came in, because on my father's side, it was they lost everything. They virtually lost everything, their business and everything. And so my grandma had kept a lot of gold, and she hid it. And then she came over to America with that. She saved that for some time. And she worked really hard. She was actually sewing in America, so she sewed a lot of clothes in like factories. And then she used that gold and the money that she had to eventually buy that small apartment building, which my parents owned. And about that small apartment building, what happened with it is, growing up in it, I had some really positive experiences, but I had some really negative experiences in it as well. And this is why I would never own an apartment building. And I hope this helps you out, Joker. The reason that I don't want to own an apartment building is because apartment buildings, people are living in such close proximity to each other. Very, very close proximity to each other. And the reason that I think that that's a bad thing is because when you have tenants that are living right next door to each other, and when I say right next door, I'm not talking about like, walking like across the street to somebody. I'm talking about like, 5-6 feet like towards the next door, like really, really close. People are going to know each other. People are going to interact with each other. Now, you could have a situation where you have, like, everybody getting along and it's great and you never have any drama. But when you have people living that close to each other, there's going to be drama. Almost always. There is going to be something stupid is going to happen. Something idiotic, something ridiculous is going to happen. I'll read the super chats in a moment, everyone. I'm just going to finish my story here. But something dumb and idiotic is going to happen. It's going to happen. There was a... we had tenants at the place. So what happened is my dad acquired the building. My dad acquired the building from his mother, my grandma, because what happened is my grandma originally gave an apartment to each of my dad's brothers, because I had 2 uncles, and so my dad actually purchased the apartments from his brothers. It was a fair deal. They were on good terms, but he just purchased the apartments from his 2 brothers, so he could basically own the entire building and basically run it as a business. Now, what happened is we lived on the ground floor. There was a lower floor, kind of like the basement, that had 1 unit, and then there was an upper floor that had 2 more units. So in total, we had 4 units. 1 we lived in, and the 3 other units we were renting out. Now, the people that lived in the basement, we never had any problems with them. There was really never any kind of issue. Never. But then one day, we basically lost our business in the basement. So, like, we lost the basement unit. We lost it. And how did we lose it? We lost it through New York City. New York City took that unit away from us. What basically happened was, there was a neighbor of mine. And the neighbor of mine, he was a really old Austrian guy. He was from Austria, and he was really racist against Polish people. Like, he really, really hated Polish people. And this guy he fought in World War II also, so I wouldn't be surprised this guy was a Nazi too. But he really hated Polish people. He said, like, really racist things against Polish people constantly. And so this Austrian guy that, like, lived really close to us next door, my parents suspect that he's the one who called the city inspectors on us. We never found out who did it, but one of the neighbors called the city inspector on us. And what happened was the city inspectors came to the building, and they went to the basement where the lower ground floor unit was. It was like a lower floor where you saw the street, but it was like a little bit below ground. But there was like an actual apartment down there. So there's like a kitchen, a living room, a bedroom. So it was like it had a bedroom, a living room, and a bathroom, and a kitchen. Now what happened is when the New York City inspectors came in, the New York City inspectors they went into the basement, and they basically said, "Oh, you have a bathtub here." And my parents are like, "Yeah, okay, why? Why is that a big deal?" And the inspector was like, he cited some ridiculous law. I don't know if it's still the law to this day. I don't know if New York City changed it, but the inspector basically said that, you cannot have a bathtub in the basement, which is like one of the stupidest things I heard. It's like, why can't you have a bathtub in the basement? That makes no sense to me. But basically said you cannot have a bathtub in a basement, and we had to have the bathtub actually ripped out of the basement, ripped out. And what was ridiculous was that the guy who lived downstairs had to keep coming upstairs into our unit to use the bathroom, which was ridiculous because he could not take a shower or bathe downstairs where his unit was, so he had to keep coming. And my parents were basically like, "This is ridiculous," And we had no problem with the guy coming upstairs and like using our bathroom and showering and stuff because he had no place else to shower. But it got to the point where my parents, when the lease expired, my parents told him, "Sorry, you've got to find a new place to live." And so we lost that downstairs unit because of the stupid laws in New York, because like the laws were just so idiotic. We lost the unit, so now we only had 3 units. One on the ground floor, and then the 2 upstairs. So the lower floor, the basement, we lost the unit because of that stupid law. And what we did was we converted the downstairs to basically put more our stuff in. So it was basically that. Now the two units that were actually upstairs, those 2 units, there was a few different people that I remember. There was one guy that I remember, and he was the longest tenant that we've ever had. Like, that guy had lived there for over 10 years. So he was the longest tenant that we've had. He always paid his rent on time. He never caused any problems. He was also a very nice guy. And that guy, about him, is if you saw that guy, the guy that lived upstairs in my parents' apartment building, you would think that the guy is trouble. And the reason that you would think the guy is trouble, this guy was like a really muscular guy that had like tattoos all over himself. Like, there was tattoos everywhere. The only place he did not have tattoos on was on his face. And he was a biker, so he wore his biker jacket all the time. And like, you would think this guy was like a gang member or something, but he wasn't a gang member. He was actually a very nice guy. He was a very chill guy. I never even heard him curse ever in my life. His name was Frank, and so. The thing about Frank, he was not a gang member or anything like that. He was just a guy who just liked driving around motorcycles. He was just, he liked motorcycles. He liked Harley Davidson. He was a biker, and he was not a criminal. But when you first see him, like, really big, muscular guy with tattoos all over himself, you think that he's a gang member. It's just the way he looked. But in reality, he was a nice guy. He was not part of a gang. He just liked motorcycles. The really funny thing I found out about him is that he was actually a manager at Target. So I never even knew what he did when I was a kid, and I found out he was a manager at Target. So he ran a Target store. That's apparently what he did. I thought that was kind of weird. But about him is he was a very nice guy, and this is exactly the point what I mean when you say don't judge a book by its cover. Because if you first see Frank, like, when anybody interviews Frank, like, as a potential tenant, you'd think that the guy's gonna be trouble. You think he's like a gang member, he's part of a biker gang or something like that. But he was a gentle giant. He was a very nice guy. When he lived there, he was like in his 40s, and he probably today he'd be like in his late 60s. That's probably what he would be like in today. Yeah, because this was well over 20 years ago when this happened. But the only complaint I ever had about Frank was that Frank was just really loud with his motorcycles sometimes, but that was it. There was really no problem. He paid his rent. He never caused drama or anything like that. But the thing about this is Frank's neighbor, the guy that was actually right next door to Frank, my family rented out to this Polish guy. Polish student. So he's like a guy who came from Poland, and he was studying in America. And the guy was in his 20s. He had a job. I don't remember what he did, but I remember he had work. And my dad, liked him. He spoke Polish to him. My dad spoke Polish to him back. And so we thought that it would work out. He had no criminal record. There was no signs of this guy causing problems. But this is exactly what I mean is don't judge a book by its cover. What the guy did, this 20-year-old Polish guy, he was the worst alcoholic that I have ever seen in my life. I have never seen a worse alcoholic. And there have been people in my family that have suffered from alcoholism, and even the people that have in my family that have suffered from alcoholism do not compare to this guy. Like, this guy was even, 5 times worse than some of the people in my family that struggled with alcoholism. Every single night, this guy would get completely drunk. Every single night, vodka, all night long. I don't even know how somebody can be that young, like in his mid-20s, and be that bad of an alcoholic, but he was. Every single night he would drink, so much vodka, he would get completely drunk, and that wasn't even the worst part of it. I have learned there is basically 3 types of drunks. And the 3 types of drunks that exist is, there's a sleepy drunk. The drunk that falls asleep, after they drink, they pass out. The second type of drunk is the drunk who constantly won't stop laughing and making jokes and is everybody's buddy. And then there's the third type of drunk, the worst one, which is the drunk who's basically very aggressive, violent, and will beat his wife. And that guy was basically that third drunk. And he didn't live with anybody, he lived by himself, but if there was somebody living there, I wouldn't be surprised if he was abusing them. But what he did was, he literally would get drunk, and then he would scream all night, just scream. He didn't even live with anybody, he would just scream. He would punch holes in the wall, he would flip tables over, he would smash windows. It was horrible. And my room where I slept was right below him, so he was the floor above me. And when I was sleeping in my room as a kid, I would hear the guy screaming and flipping tables over, and that honestly terrified me when I was a kid. And what ended up happening is the guy drank so much, he nearly killed himself. So he was suffering from alcohol poisoning, he literally collapsed. And my dad had to call an ambulance for him. The ambulance took him away. And then literally, a couple months later, he did the same thing. He drank himself almost to death. And then my dad had to call the ambulance. The apartment was trashed. And my dad basically said, that's it. Get the F out of here. Get out of here. I don't want to see you. And what happened was he actually agreed to move out. He didn't argue or anything. He just agreed to move out, and he left. And that was one of the worst tenants I've ever seen. And I'm honestly, because Frank lived right next door to him, so Frank, the big biker guy, he hurt him every single day. I am honestly surprised that Frank never hurt him. I honestly am surprised by that. But it doesn't surprise me at the same time too, because Frank was a very nice guy, but Frank was definitely getting really pissed dealing with that garbage. That was ridiculous, dealing with that every single night. Ridiculous. But what happened, that was one of the tenants. Then we had another tenant. We had this couple come in, American, family, girlfriend, boyfriend, lived in together. They were in their 30s, and these guys, what happened is, when they moved into the unit, they did not pay the rent. They didn't. So they didn't pay the rent whatsoever. They did not give a specific reason on why they didn't pay the rent. They just didn't want to pay the rent. They didn't do it. And what happened is, they were basically scamming my parents, scamming my mom and my dad. So my mom and my dad thought they were fine, but they were just scamming us. And they were living there rent-free. And my parents tried to take action against them. But New York City is one of the worst places to be a landlord because of, ridiculous stuff just like this. And my parents were not greedy people. My parents were not selfish people. My parents were not people that would, raise the rent to an insane price on people. But my parents were running a business at the same time too. This was their rental property. This is what helped them pay the bills. And my parents were both working. My dad worked in a factory, and my mom was a cleaner, which she still is. But this was their side business also. And these people living in their unit and not paying any rent whatsoever and just scamming my parents. And my parents took them to court. But New York City basically took so long to take them to court. So long. It was, months and months and months and months. And I got pissed. I was 13 years old when this happened. And I told my mom, I was like, Mom, if they're not going to pay rent, cut off their electricity to their unit and their water. Do it. And it'll get them out. They will leave. And my mom said, I can't do that. New York City law. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, this is ridiculous. So it was so basically we had squatters that were basically living in the unit. I've dealt with squatters, we've seen it. And that's why when I did that video on squatters a year ago, the reason I was raging about squatters was because it reminded me exactly of this nonsense that we dealt with. And after 11 months, it took 11 months to finally get a court case. 11 months. After 11 months, that couple, they moved out one day before the court date. One day. And they trashed the apartment. And what happened, we never found them, we never got compensation, and my parents basically got scammed out of 11 months of rent. 11 months, they got scammed. And that shook my mom to the core. Like, my mom was shaking to that, because my mom gets stressed really easily, and that took a toll on her health also. She got stressed out really badly. My dad was like to the point where he was about to hurt the guy. Like, that's how angry my dad was. Like, he was about to go upstairs and beat the guy up. That was how pissed off my dad was getting. But my dad restrained himself, so he didn't do that. But that was like, we dealt with that for 11 months, and we got scammed. And guess what? New York City refused to compensate us. So when we tried to get compensation from New York City saying, you took 11 months to get this court date, now pay us for the 11 months of rent, they refused. They would not pay us the rent. They said that was a dispute between the landlord and the tenant, and it never went to court, so they had no responsibility. Well, it was because the people moved out like one day beforehand, and what they did was they probably went to the next landlord, and they probably scammed the next landlord, and that's probably what they did. People do this stuff. Like, they move into a unit, and they will basically sit there and not pay rent, and then they'll wait until the court date, move out until one day before, and they basically took advantage of my parents. And so my parents ended up selling the small apartment building, and what happened was we moved into a house in Long Island, which is a suburb of New York City. And when I ended up moving to the Midwest, I moved to the Midwest like 4.5 years ago. I saved up a bunch of cash over the years from YouTube, and I wanted to start up a business. I didn't know what kind of business I wanted to start up, but I wanted a business that I did not take up that much of my time, so I could do both YouTube and the business at the same time. And I was thinking, I'm gonna do a rental property. I'm gonna, buy a house and rent it out. And my mom was like, telling me, don't do it. It's like you're gonna deal with the squatting situation again. It's gonna ruin your health. And I'm like, no, it'll be fine. Because where I live in the Midwest, I'm renting out a house. I'm not renting out an apartment building. And at the same time too, is if I have problems with tenants, it is a lot easier in the courts in my state to basically get rid of them. So if there's somebody not paying rent, if there's somebody like trashing the place, it's a lot easier to evict them than it is in like New York City. And so I've had 2 rental units. The first tenants that I had were scammers. They kind of ripped me off, but I learned from that mistake. And then the other 2 tenants that I've had for the last, I had one tenant that's in the other rental property for like a year now. There have been no issues. And the other tenants I've had for nearly 2 years, there have been no issues too. So there's, so I've been, that's been great for me. But basically, to answer your question, I know that I was talking so long about this situation, Joker. You were asking me, is it better to rent out an apartment building or a house? And I will tell you it's better to rent out a house. Because when you are renting out an apartment building, you are going to have to be dealing with a lot of people that are in very close proximity, and so you're going to have to be dealing with drama. And if one of your tenants basically starts doing that, like that Polish guy that I basically said, where he starts getting drunk and like smashing the walls and screaming, that is not just going to cause damage to your property, but what it's going to do is it's going to piss off your other tenants. Your other tenants who are living at the house, they're going to get pissed off at you and ask you to basically deal with that drama and deal with that situation, and you don't want to get involved in nonsense like that. So I would say house is the best thing that you can rent out, because make sure the houses are kind of far from the neighbors, because the worst kind of tenant that you can possibly have is not even the tenant that doesn't pay rent. I don't think tenant that doesn't pay rent is the worst kind of tenant that you can have. I think the worst kind of tenant, in my opinion, is the tenant that pays rent, but they cause so much drama. They're really rude and nasty, and they just constantly cause drama, and they get all the neighbors pissed off at them. That's the worst tenant. The reason that's the worst tenant is because if somebody's not paying rent, you can at least go through a process to evict them and get them out of the property. But if somebody is paying rent and they're causing drama and constantly arguing with the neighbors and other stuff like that, you can't really get them out. You can't evict somebody for being a scumbag, for being rude, for being nasty. You can't really do that. And what's going to happen is it's going to destroy your reputation in the neighborhood, because all the neighbors in the area are going to hate you, and they're going to say, you rented out the property to this scumbag, and so they're going to have problems with you at that point. So that's basically what I would say is rent out a house. There's a lot less risk involved, because like apartment buildings, you're going to deal a lot more drama, people living in close proximity, and it's you're going to have to deal with nonsense happening. Nonsense is going to happen. Unfortunately. So I hope you weren't too bored with my story, but that's basically it. Is if you're gonna rent a house, and renting is a good business. It's a good way to make money, but unfortunately, I will say also is there are a lot of people out there, like really stupid people, who basically think that every single landlord is greedy and every single landlord is scummy, and that's not true. I have been running my rental properties for about 2.5 years. I've had one property for close to 2.5 years. And I've had another property that's a little bit over a year now. And guess what? I have never raised the rent, and I'm not going to raise the rent. So both of the properties, the leases expire in July. I'm not raising rent. I am not. So I don't do that. And the reason I don't do that is because I want to keep a good relationship with my tenants. My tenants are nice people. They haven't caused drama. They pay their rent on time. There is no reason for me to raise rent. I'm not greedy. I don't want to piss them off. I don't want to, affect their bills. So I'm not doing that. So that's basically it. There's no need for me to raise rent. So you want to keep a good relationship with your tenants, and your tenants will respect you, and they will respect the property too. Let me see here. I missed a super chat earlier too. I'm sorry. Have you ever watched Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul? If yes, what are your thoughts on them? I've never watched Breaking Bad on Better Call Saul. I've seen clips of them, but I want to watch. I want to watch it one day. And also one other thing I wanted to tell you. I tried that contract that you told me to do, the fixer. Unfortunately, I failed. I failed when I was going after the courier. I failed, and I thought that the courier picked up the diamonds, and then I knocked the courier out in an alley. And when I knocked him out, it basically failed, and the elusive contract was gone. But I will say one thing: I did manage to do the other elusive contract. So the other one, the art serial killer, the one in Dartmoor, I did that one. I didn't fail. So that one, I got through it and I passed it. And I recorded it. I'll have a video on that one. I forgot my chopper was in the middle of the road. Yeah, well, it helped me out, Own Titan. Thank you for the super chat. I'm thinking about opening a brokerage account to buy stocks. Also, getting a CD. Is it smart to put $100,000 in a CD? I saved a lot of money and I don't look rich. Yeah. Putting $100,000 in a CD is relatively safe. It's FDIC insured. You're guaranteed a return on your money. You might not get that much money back as like in stocks, but it's a safe investment. So you could get like a 4 or 5% rate possibly on that. So if you put your money into like a $100,000 into a CD, what that would do is probably after about half a year, you'll get about $2,500, close to $3,000 around. It depends on the rate that you get, but it's not like a lot. But basically, it's $3,000 of free money just for doing nothing. The money just sitting there. The only downside is that you cannot touch that money. So if you decide to put that money in a CD, make sure that you don't need that money at the moment, because you cannot touch that $100,000 for half a year. Just remember that. So you're not going to be able to touch it at all. But after half a year, you get $3,000 for basically nothing. So. No, it's okay, Vertigo. Don't apologize. I'll react to the school, and I will I'm gonna have a video on the retail stuff soon, very soon. Yes, I will attempt the 7-day Survivor thing and Dead Rising again. Oh, okay, Alexis. Do you have any college stories? Not really. I have to think about that one. Most of my college stories I told them. What game from Marvel, Chester? About 2,500, Brandon. Well, my apartment it's like 1,300. For my two homes, it's about 2,500. Yeah, I could help you with that, Fixated. Any stories about Poland? I don't, can't think of any. The last time I was in Poland was in 2010, so nearly 15 years ago. 1,300? I can only find 2,200 here. Well, do you live in New York by any chance? That's New York prices, but I live in the Midwest, and the Midwest is relatively cheap. No, Ryan. Thoughts on a high yield savings account? I think that it's generally good. It's like an account that you get like 4%, back. Um, I actually and look, I'm not a financial advisor, but I'm just saying like what I do. But I have most of my money, like 90% of my money that I have it in Robinhood Gold. I not in stocks, but it is in just sitting there. So I'm not even like really touching it. And Robinhood Gold gives you 4% APY. So basically, all the money that you have in there, you get 4% of that money back, every year. And so basically, if you have $100,000 in there, you're gonna get $4,000 back every year. 200,000, you're gonna get around $8,000 back. The good thing about the good thing about Robinhood Gold, where it gets a little bit better than CDs, is that with Robinhood Gold, you can take out the money really anytime you want. Not like a CD where you're basically forced to wait until the time limit on it ends. So you can pretty much take out the money anytime you want, and you get paid every month. So the first of every month you get paid from it. So that sounds pretty disturbing, Vertigo. Is this school like shut down? What are your tips on how I can get my dream car? Thank you, Marco, for the super chat. Here's what I'll tell you. I'm assuming your dream car is going to be expensive. If it's your dream car, it's probably going to be expensive, right? Here's what I'll say. Don't get your dream car until years from now. Focus all of your money onto a stable form of income. Like, save up your money into something. I don't know what you want to do, but just save up your money. Just invest your money in the future right now. Like, if you're pursuing college, do that. If you're running a business, do that. Depending on what you're doing, really. But basically, save your money so that you can invest in something in the future. I'm not saying necessarily like stocks, just, anything. Investing in a business, buying a business or buying a rental property or something like that. You want to, because what a lot of people, young people do these days, and I'm not saying you specifically, so I want to be that clear. What a lot of young people do is that when a lot of young people get their first paycheck from their job, what they basically think of is how can I, blow all this money right now? That's basically what they think about. But when I have like money, the way I look at the money is I divide my money into two categories. The first is my essentials, my bills, food, stuff like that, me paying my rent, and then the rest of the money, just save it. That's what I'm doing. So I would just say save as much money as you can. Don't think about buying your dream car until like years from now. I'm assuming you're pretty young, so that's what I'll say about that. Is save your money right now because you don't really need your dream car right now. And if you are a young person and you buy a really expensive car, what's going to happen is your insurance company is going to jack up the rate really high because they're going to see that you're a young driver driving a really expensive car, and because you don't have really that much of a record of driving, they're going to assume that you're an unsafe driver, and they're going to jack up your insurance. I'll see you, Joker. I haven't played Marvel Rivals. I don't know. Well, Michael, they're both really evil people. Do you understand what I mean, Marco? Thank you for the super chat. Did I explain that good? Hey Raymond, how are you, man? Okay, does anyone else need help with anything else right now?
Okay, invoice paid.
Yeah, that hotel I stayed at, it was horrible. It was horrible. Do you remember any rich college kids who bought a sports car or muscle car to show off? Oh, people do that all the time. Thank you, Ryan, for the super chat. Thanks, dude. Thanks, man.
Dickhole. Go back to your hole, shit, dick. Holy shit.
Glad I can help, Jimpa. Yeah, the elevators is... Guess what, guys? The elevators are still broken at that hotel. They're still broken. Oh, let me help Eugene here.
Oh shit! That's dry.
Oh, thank you, The Real Nightmare. Thank you for sponsoring my channel for 2 months. Hey, Professional, I got a question. When the cop outfit's coming out, you don't need to answer if you don't want to. Also, keep up the good work. I'm not sure when the cop outfits are coming out. I know they're supposed to come out with this drip feed. I know some people have complained about them. Let me see here. And guys, I wanna also apologize. I made a mistake on my helicopter review, and I feel so stupid that I made a mistake, because I'm usually very thorough with my guides. But apparently people are telling me that you can use the helicopter to actually pick up the nightclub vehicles, and I spent like 5-10 minutes trying to pick up the nightclub truck, and I wasn't able to pick it up. But people were telling me in the comments you can, so apparently you can, but I felt stupid that I said you can't pick up nightclub vehicles in the review. So sorry about that. I made a mistake. I'm pissed about that, because I'm usually really thorough in my reviews. Thank you, Bob. Okay. Wait, Shimon, can you please wait, after you drop that crate right there, but after you drop it, let me pick the truck up. I don't know if that one will be able to be picked up with this, but the other ones might be, but we'll try and see if it works. Yes, I heard about that. Well, what's going on over there? Why is it flipping like that? Drop the crate, you might need to back up a little bit. Drop the crate before I pick you up. Oh, what's going on right now? I don't know, he's not moving. I don't know what's going on right now. Everything okay, dude? Hello? No, mansions are not going to be added in GTA Online. If they wanted to add mansions, they would have added it by now. GTA 6 is going to come out in, half a year from now. So there's not going to be, you know, mansions are not going to come out to GT Online now. It would make no sense. Do you think the Polish army and resistance fighters will be added in Hell Let Loose? Hey, somebody 32. The Polish army was supposed to be added 2 years ago, but they canceled them. So they had plans to do it, but it was canceled. They were supposed to add Finland also. I wonder if they'll ever bring back the Polish army to Hell Let Loose. I don't know. He's not moving right now. I don't know what's... I don't... Can this truck be picked up with the helicopter? Can it? Does anybody... I think that it's only for the other truck, right? Whoa, what the... want to pick this up. I think it can pick up the other trucks. I don't think it can pick this one up. Tom, please stop spamming heist invites. Does anybody know in the Does anybody know in the comments, can this truck be picked up? The other nightclub vehicles, the Speedo and the Mule can be picked up, but the Pounder, can it be picked up with this? Pro's commentary and stories are great. I like listening while I'm playing Fortnite. Thank you, Humberto. I tested and I couldn't. Okay, so it can. So basically, this helicopter can pick up the other nightclub trucks, the other two ones, but it can't pick up the heaviest one. I know you can use this to chase the camera. I know about that, but no, I haven't. Not yet, Menace. Most evil character in the Mafia series. Probably Morello. That's a good question, where you deliver the nightclub stuff to the barge. Yeah, that's a good question there, dude. Which country do you think suffered the most in the worst in World War II? I don't wanna say which country suffered the most, because there's so many countries that just went through such bad things. I would say the top 3 countries that suffered the most in World War II: Poland, The Soviet Union and China. Poland, the Soviet Union, and China. Those countries suffered the worst. The Balkan countries also suffered pretty badly too. Yugoslavia did as well. China, what a lot of people don't know, China lost like 20 million people in World War II. A lot of people don't know that. Poland lost 20% of its population. The Soviet Union, I think, had 15 million deaths. Portal games? I don't know. I've never really played them, dude. No, but I've watched, Diego, I've watched the movie City of Life and Death about the Nanking Massacre, and that was a, that movie was extremely disturbing. On last gen, you can use the Iron Mule to lift a Pounder custom. I used it to help my girlfriend sell her nightclub. Huh. That's weird then. Then on PS, so you're telling me on PS4 I can pick up that vehicle with this, but I can't on PS5. That's... Oh, nope, it's gone. Is Amon Goff from Schindler's List a psychopath? 100%, yes. Yes, definitely.
Great, okay. Looks like you're done here. I will fiddle the accounts and send you the money. Just another day in the life of nightclub maven, Tony Prince.
Can I pick up the AA trailer with this thing? I do want to play the old Fallout games one day. I don't think you can pick this up. You know, this is what's so stupid about these vehicles. So, like, when some people were saying I went too hard on this helicopter, I criticized this helicopter too much, but, like, this is what's stupid, is that this, like, why can the helicopter pick up some cargo vehicles, other vehicles it can't pick up? It makes no sense. Like, it could definitely pick something like this up. Like, literally, this... too low. Okay, hold on. Right beam. Okay, got it. Now I got it. Okay, finally. So it can pick it up. Okay. There we go, then. It's so annoying to pick up with that helicopter. I'm doing good, pizza zombie animations. Thank you, man. Well, what the? I didn't drop it. I didn't. What? I did not drop that. Now I'm confused. Okay. I'm confused. This is poorly programmed. Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you, Zach. Can I pick this up? I want to drop this on someone. No, can't. Do you think Rockstar will ban players with over 1 billion legit? No, Jeremiah, I don't think it's gonna happen. It's weird. It looks like it's about to hook up, but then it drops. It literally looks like it's about to be picked. Look, see that? It literally looks like it hooks on for a second and then just drops it. Yeah, you can. Eugene, do you need help stowing anything else? Don't you get really sweaty in the mask? Not really, no. Who's more annoying, Rocco from GTA Ballad of Gay Tony or Joffrey from Game of Thrones? I don't know who Joffrey is. I've never watched Game of Thrones, but I would say that Rocco, yeah. Have you heard of Yamato battleship? Yes, the largest ship in the world, or battleship in the world. Sunk in World War II. Which faction in Fallout 4 do you dislike the most and why? Oh, that one's easy. The Railroad. The reason the Railroad I dislike them the most is because, there is, like, actual slavery going on in the Wasteland, and they care about, like, machines the most. Which is, like, it's, like, honestly, if there was, like, if a slave went to them that was, like, escaped from a bunch of raiders, I doubt they would help. And their whole philosophy makes no sense, too. They want to destroy the Institute, which would basically make synths extinct, but then they care about saving the lives of synths. Yes, he actually does, I'm pretty sure, Hut. And not only does Deacon have a dialogue on that, Preston also has a dialogue on that. Preston actually even says himself, when you guys decide to help more than synths or something like that. He says something like that. He says when you decide to help the people of the Commonwealth besides just synths. Because the Minutemen will help everyone. Synths, humans, you know, everyone.
Okay, we move.
Oh no. Oh no, oh no. Should have driven the car out more. Not right now, Tom. And please just stop spamming the heist invites. Oh, well. Can somebody drive this in? How much do you think migration is an issue on PC? I've heard that a lot of people haven't been able to transfer their characters. Thank you, Utility. I would be pissed, because I worked so hard for my character. If I played on PC, I'd be really annoyed. Thank you, Utility, and, I saw your oil hotel and casino review. If you ever return to Las Vegas, may you do a review on the
Those cars are with
Mandalay Bay Hotel and Casino. I don't know what casino I'll stay at, DHC, next time I go there, but it's definitely not oil. What are the odds for another GTA 6, dropping within the next two months? Another trailer? Well, every month, I would say that the chance of a GTA 6 trailer dropping every month will probably increase by, like, 10%, probably, because GTA 6 is gonna come out in, like, October, November. That's when it's coming out this year. It's gonna come out fall, like, right around that time, before Christmas. So they're definitely gonna release another trailer. They're not gonna just have that one single trailer and then never, like, mention it again. There's definitely gonna be another trailer. Thank you, TB Bunny, and thank you, DHC Network. Does anybody, GTA 6 is not getting delayed until Rockstar says it is. So, don't listen to those stupid YouTubers that are saying that GTA 6 is gonna get delayed. GTA 6 is not getting delayed until Rockstar says so. So when Rockstar says it's getting delayed, it's getting delayed. Until then, don't believe them that it's getting delayed. So, only believe it's getting delayed when Rockstar says it. Until then, believe that it's coming out this fall. So about 6 months from now, it's when GTA 6 is gonna come out. What is the biggest Spanish gang in GTA? In GTA games, the biggest Hispanic gang, to think about that one for a moment. A lot of people would think that it's the Vagos, but I don't think so. It's not the Vagos, it's not the Aztecas. The largest Hispanic gang in the GTA series, probably the Mendez cartel. The Mendez cartel in Vice City. Or the Cubans. The Mendez cartel or the Cubans. Yeah. But the Mendez cartel are Bolivians. The Cubans are from Cuba. So that's, but it would be either the Mendez cartel or the Cubans in Vice City. Are Vagos more powerful than the Cubans? No. The Vagos were in a, alliance with the Ballas, but I honestly, if the Cubans went up against the Vagos, I think the Cubans would destroy the Vagos. So I think that, yeah. I think that the Cubans are the strongest Hispanic gang in the GTA series. You have to also remember the Diablos. The Diablos are a Hispanic gang, right? In the old GTA games, yeah. The Diablos are a pretty powerful gang too. Yeah, well, Umberto's gang does not really have a name for it. I think in Vice City Stories they created a name for his gang. I think there is a name for it in Vice City Stories. But in GTA Vice City they were just called the Cubans. That's just the name of their gang, the Cubans. They didn't really have a name. They changed that later on, I think. Now they have a name, but... Scared of what, Humberto? Diablos have Hepburn Heights as a turf, you're right, but you have to remember the Diablos took Hepburn Heights from the Leones. So that was a very big gang war. Oh yeah, the Sharks are the most annoying gang in Vice City Stories. Yeah, I would agree with you. Those SUVs they drove were the worst. Yeah, those were annoying. Hold on a second here. Whoa, whoa. Is there no place I can land this thing? Okay. 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 The saddest death in The Sopranos? Probably Bobby. I'd agree with you on that. Is The Sopranos like GTA? The Sopranos inspired a lot of GTA. A lot of it. The Sopranos had such a huge influence on GTA. Tony Cipriani is based on Tony Soprano in The Sopranos. And his relationship with his mom, that's a huge part of it. The Pegorinos in GTA 4 are based on the Soprano family. Do you know about the Battle of Tannenberg? Yes, that was an Eastern Front battle in World War I between Germany and the Russian Empire. No, I'm not really into Transformers. No, I didn't know that, Aiden. Pegorinos, they're a glorified crew, yep. You know, one of the funniest comments I saw when I made my video about Pegorino, I basically, I saw, like, there was one guy that left a comment. It was really funny. And the really funny comment was, you know, 5 effing families, and then we got this pygmy thing in Jersey. That was or Alderney. That's what he said. And that was a reference to Sopranos when they say 5 effing families, and then we got this pygmy thing in Jersey. As one guy left a comment like that on my Pegorino video. It was a funny one. Oh, come on, pick up the car already. There we go. Wonder if I can get there before the cars. We'll see. How does Tony Soprano compare to James Pegorino? Well, James Pegorino is not based on Tony Soprano. The Pegorino family is based on the Sopranos, but Pegorino himself isn't. Pegorino is based on Phil Leotardo. That's who Pegorino is based on. So Pegorino is based on Phil Leotardo in The Sopranos, and Tony Cipriani is based on Tony Soprano. Helicopter is pretty fast, even with the cars, yeah. So yeah, I'm sorry guys that in my review I said it can't pick up cargo. I'm sorry. I spent like, 10 minutes trying to pick up an import-export card and it wouldn't work, and then I felt so stupid afterwards that I said that in the video.
Looks like those cars are with the buyer.
It's not you, it's the crappy programming. Well, thank you, Zach. I don't play GTA Online anymore. I gotta ask people, that in a poll. I'm curious to ask people that in a poll, like, my viewers, like, how many of you guys still play GTA Online? Who is dumber, Jackie Jr. or JT Dolan? Jackie Jr. Jackie Jr., JT Dolan didn't really have that many opportunities. Jackie Jr. had so many opportunities to stop, and he messed up. Wait, what, Zach? Oh, you mean you don't play GTA? Okay. I'm really curious how dead this game is gonna be when GTA 6 comes out. Tony DeMarco was drawn in the Penguin exhibit. Oh man, yeah, that's a reference to Jackie Jr. You're collecting hanger crates, okay. Please do a land mission, please. Chaz, if you're gonna do a land mission, please. The land missions are a lot easier to pick up crates. Okay, I'll see you, Mikey. Take care, good night, man. What's a character that everyone likes but you don't like in The Sopranos? Chris, maybe? Yeah, Chris was a scumbag. Like, Chris was a piece of crap, really. And also, with Adriana, I will tell you that Chris's relationship with Adriana is one of the most toxic relationships I think I've ever seen in, like, a TV show. That is such a toxic relationship. And the thing is, I don't blame Adriana for talking to the feds at all, because of the fact that Chris abused her so many times. That was ridiculous. Chris was a real piece of crap. But do you know the thing about Adriana? I don't know. I don't know what it's called. I don't know what it's called. Somebody might know what it's called in the comment section down below. I know there's a mental condition where women are still in love with their abuser. Like they still, like, I don't know what it's called exactly, the term. I think it's a mental condition, but it's like where women are just so in love with their abuser that, like, their abuser will beat them up and then they will think that they did something wrong when they didn't. So it's like it's not Stockholm syndrome. It's not Stockholm, because Stockholm syndrome is when you get kidnapped and you develop, like, a relationship with your kidnapper. That's what Stockholm syndrome is. I'm talking about when somebody is, like, in a relationship with a guy, like a girl's in a relationship with a guy, and the guy keeps beating her up, but despite her multiple times getting beat up, she still wants to keep the guy she keeps giving the guy multiple chances, and she's still in love with the guy, and when she gets hurt, she thinks that she did something wrong. That's like the, I know that's a real thing, I just don't know what it's called, but that's, but yeah, but that was the thing about Adriana. is that she got beat up so much by Chris, like abused by him so much. He cheated on her, he beat her up, and you know, and then at the end, she thought that Chris would go along with her, because when she told Chris that she was snitching to the feds, she thought that Chris would, like, you know, go with her and they would go into witness protection program and, like, live out a happy life for the rest of their life. But Chris basically betrayed her for the family. And that's what I will say about this is when, like, you know that scene when Chris is in the bar with Polly, and then Polly's basically making fun of, like, Chris and making fun of his daughter and making fun of him for not drinking, and we're supposed to feel bad for Chris in that situation, but I don't feel bad for Chris at all. I don't support Polly, he's a scumbag, but it was, the thing is, at that point, I think, like, Chris realized that he basically, you know, he threw his life away, threw Adriana's life away for these people that don't care about him, don't respect him at all, and he's going to hell for these people. That's basically it. So, that's what I'll say about Chris. So, honestly, when Tony killed Chris, I did not feel bad for him at all. Like, so many, like, Soprano fans were, like, they felt bad when, like, Tony killed Chris and all that other stuff. I did not feel bad for Chris when Tony killed him. And honestly, is that Chris was literally, Chris was warned so many times. He was warned so many times. And if Chris was not related to Tony, we're talking about the Sopranos character. If Chris was not related to Tony, he would have been dead so many seasons ago if he was not related to Tony. But he got a pass so many times, he was warned so many times, he was told, if you don't stop the drugs, that, you know, you're gonna get clipped, like, so many times. And what did he do? He still kept doing the drugs. So, honestly, Tony saw him as a liability at that time, and it was pretty much, you know, Tony's limit, and Tony killed him. The really messed up thing about Tony, I would say, is when Tony was, like, getting angry at Chris's mother for, like, grieving at the funeral, and he was talking bad about Chris at the funeral. That was kind of messed up. But, like I said, Chris had so many chances, and he just blew it all. You have to remember that time when, what was it, when those two idiots, you remember those two idiots that, betrayed Chris? What was their name? Sean and Matt, those two idiots, they tried to kill Chris because they thought they would get points with Richie. Like, Chris said that he was in hell when he died. Like, he died for, like, a few minutes before he was resuscitated at the hospital. And after seeing that he's gonna go to hell, you would think that somebody like that would change. They would turn their life around, actually try to be, like, a more decent human being. But nope, he didn't. He did not, change his life around, didn't do anything of the sort. Can I not pick this thing up? I don't think I can. But yeah, that's basically what I say, is that, Adriana loved Chris. She loved him, and that was her downfall. Her downfall was Chris. She gave him way too many chances. He cheated on her, he beat her up, he abused her, he mocked her, he made fun of her. He called her damaged goods for when she said that she couldn't get pregnant. So, like, he was a really, really bad person to her. And despite that, she constantly kept giving him more and more chances. And then, when he found out that she was basically talking to the feds, like, he just, that scene, like, probably Adriana's death actually might be the worst scene, the worst death scene in the entire Sopranos series. Now that I think about it, it's probably even worse than Bobby's death. Probably Adriana's death is probably worse than Bobby's death. Yeah, that's what I would say about it. Yeah, oh yeah, I forgot about that. He killed her dog too. So he killed her dog, beat her up. He talked crap about her, cheated on her. And she was still in love with him. Yeah, so she definitely had mental problems. She had mental issues. She was in love with him, and so yeah, that's what I say is that I don't know why so many Sopranos fans hate Chris, like Chris so much. Chris was a complete piece of shit. Excuse my language. So that was it about him. Manage vehicles, let me see here. My personal vehicle is already nearby, I'll return. Oh yeah, Polly was a complete scumbag too. Polly was a really bad, complete scumbag.
What the fuck, dude?
Okay, I guess he got that one. What is your hot take about Fallout New Vegas that you agree but everyone disagrees? One thing that I don't like about Fallout New Vegas, that most people like, I would say the NCR. I absolutely despise the NCR. I hate the NCR. I cannot stand the NCR. Whenever I'm playing Fallout New Vegas, I just want to keep killing the NCR because I hate them so much. I dislike them so much. And I'm not necessarily like a massive Legion fan too. But the reason I hate the NCR so much, I despise them so much, is because, honestly speaking, it makes me hate the NCR even more than the Legion. And the reason for that is because even though the Legion are, bad guys, like, the horrible things that they do, the Legion are not dishonest. The Legion are pretty honest about what they do. So, like, the Legion are not, like, don't pretend to be somebody that they're not. The NCR, on the other hand, does. The NCR is the only difference between the NCR and the Legion, really. The Legion is more brutal, sure, but the NCR in reality has the same exact goals as the Legion, conquering and taking over other people. The only difference is the Legion does it through dictatorship. The NCR does it through some democracy. It's not really democracy if you cannot vote to leave the NCR. So the NCR really, when you think about it, what the NCR ultimately is, it's a bureaucratic, corrupt, system that masquerades as a democracy for imperialism. Pretty much what it is. It is, it's taking over people that don't want to be part of it. So like when the NCR comes into an area, they'll take you over. Sure, they might let you vote for the president, you become an NCR citizen, but they don't give you a choice of whether you want to be part of the NCR in the first place. You don't get that choice whether you want to be part of the NCR. If the NCR wants your land, they're going to take your land, and then they're going to impose really heavy taxes on you. Really, really high taxes. And even when you pay those really, really high taxes, they don't even protect you. It's a scam. Like, the NCR is the biggest scammer in the entire Mojave Wasteland. They take you over, they don't give you a choice, they force you to pay really high taxes, they completely ruin your way of life, and then at the same time you don't even have the protection. So you pay really high taxes and you don't even have protection. You have to deal with fiends, super mutants, hostile animals, mutated animals attacking you. So isn't the Mojave safer with the NCR? No, I would say the Mojave is even more dangerous with the NCR. The NCR literally does not even protect its communities. It takes over its communities and doesn't even protect them. It's a joke. What you described as battered woman syndrome. Oh yeah, so that's when when a woman is in love with her abuser. And the thing about this is what Adriana went through in The Sopranos is very much a real thing. Very much a thing that happens in real life, where their husbands are not necessarily like mobsters like in the mafia, but they abuse them, they cheat on them, and whenever they get abused, they think that they are doing something wrong. They think they're making a mistake, like they're in the wrong, like they did something to offend their husband or their boyfriend, when in reality it's their boyfriend, their husband that's the problem. I missed your super chat. Oh, I'm sorry. Which of the corrupt agents' characters from Rockstar is the biggest scumbag and untrustworthy? Steve Haynes or Edgar Ross? I would say Edgar Ross because Steve Haynes was at least willing to let Franklin and Michael live, but he wasn't going to let Trevor live. Where Edgar Ross does not leave any loose ends. So Edgar Ross, I would say, is worse than Steve Haynes. Yeah, thank you, Mr. Jesus. The NCR doesn't crucify people unlike the Legion. Sure, they don't do those horrible, brutal executions. But when you really think about it, the NCR is intruding on people's personal lives. They are. And you have to think about it too. The NCR killed a lot of people at that the NCR killed a lot of people at the that massacre. What's the name of that massacre in Fallout New Vegas when the NCR went into the Great Khan's settlement and they just basically killed all their women and children? What was the name of that event in the game? I forget, but that happened. So when Bitter Springs, it's Bitter Springs. Yeah. So when people say the NCR does not murder people, people say, oh, that was a mistake what the NCR did. They didn't mean to kill the civilians. You can make the exact same assumption about Caesar's Legion. Oh, they didn't mean to kill the civilians. It was just a mistake. So, like, I don't know why Caesar's Legion gets a pass, doesn't get a pass for killing civilians, but the NCR does get a pass for murdering civilians. So that was the NCR killed little kids at Bitter Springs. Like, they murdered children. So that's what I'll say. But the NCR is, pure scum. It is absolute scum. The NCR is the worst. One of the worst groups ever for the Mojave Wasteland. Honestly speaking, if I lived in the Mojave Wasteland, I would have sided with Mr. House. That's who I would have sided with, his faction, if I lived in the Mojave Wasteland. Mr. House at least has a plan, and Mr. House is not going to enforce his will on you. You can live your life however you want. He's not going to charge you insanely high taxes, only the casinos. So that's I would say he's Mr. House is the best guy for the Mojave, not the NCR. The NCR are a bunch of idiots. Is the NCR real? No, we're talking about a faction in Fallout New Vegas. Didn't Steve Haynes try to throw Michael under the bus in the music? Yes, he did. But then Dave Norton talked him down and convinced him to let Michael go. That's why Steve Haynes tells Franklin that we want Trevor dead, but Michael can go. Thoughts about the Enclave? The Enclave are the most evil group in the Fallout series, the worst ones. When's the first part of Black Ops 1? Probably tomorrow. Tomorrow it'll be up. Why was Chris a drug addict? Well, he was a drug addict probably because he felt constantly stepped on by Tony. Do you think Tony regretted killing Chris? No, not at all. The funeral clearly shows it. Hey, GTA, Gar, how are you, man? This reminds me of a Family Guy episode, Pro. Can you see the message? I can see your messages, yeah. Well, that autopsy report is ridiculous. If somebody like the prosecution gets an updated autopsy report and they don't give it to the defense, that's withholding evidence, that case is gonna get dismissed really quickly. Who is more evil, the Legion or the Enclave? Easy, the Enclave. The Enclave is way worse. Legion is not gonna kill everybody. Enclave is gonna kill everyone. How did the DeMarcos even get into conflict with the AUP? Oh, that happens in Max Payne 3's storyline. In the multiplayer. In the multiplayer, there's a storyline that the DeMarcos went to Panama to try to look for Max Payne, and they encountered the AUP in the middle of a hijacking, and that's basically where shootout just started. That was how the whole thing happened. No, I haven't, Zach. Yeah, Colonel Autumn is the least evil Enclave character in the, he is the most least evil Enclave character in the entire series, and the reason for that is because he he does not want to kill everybody in the Wasteland. He actually wants to give the Wastelanders clean water, and he thinks they'll come to the Enclave for help. He's just really ruthless about his goals, like how he goes about it, but he's not evil. Like, the most evil is Eden. Eden is evil. Autumn isn't evil. He's just flawed, I would say. But yeah, I would say out of all of the Enclave characters, Autumn is my favorite one. Yeah, I would say on that. Giving Dean Domino's a scumbag? That's the ghoul. The ghoul that was trying to steal the casino's money, right? Yeah, he was a scumbag. Well, there was Vlad's Russian Mafia also in Max Payne. You have to remember them, too. Maybe if I have time, Brett. What did you see? What did you send, Zombie? Let me look. How do you feel about the new DLC? Oh, it's okay. It's not amazing, but I like it better than Cluckenbell Raid, though. Yeah, your message about Family Guy? I see that, a Zombie. Most evil Legion character, New Vegas, easy, Lanius. Do you ever consider only completing GTA Trilogy without getting wasted, busted, and also not failing any mission like Criminal Mastermind? I think that something like that would really piss me off. Like, just running through, like, a GTA game without, you know, because it would be like one small thing would mess me up and then I'd get really mad. That's what I would say about that, Zuhair. When did I get the GTA 4 Platinum? Oh, that was like 2010, like a long time ago. Is Volpe second in terms of evil? Yeah, maybe. I would say that, The Volpe is my favorite Legion character, and the reason I like him a lot, I actually cosplayed as him, so when I went to the Good Springs event, I dressed up as Volpe's. But about Volpe's is, the reason I like him is because he's a lot different than a lot of the other Legionnaire characters. He's more of a spy. He understands, manipulation, espionage, intel, going behind enemy lines, stuff like that, where a lot of the other Legion characters are just brute force. You know, you fight directly. Lanius hates him because he hates Volpe's tactics. Yeah, exactly. Volpe's is way more tactical than Lanius. Manfred von Karma is evil. Manfred von Karma is a really, really bad guy. He's one of the most evil Ace Attorney villains. Don't do anything yet, guys. Don't. Hold on a second. For anybody that doesn't know, I'm gonna show you guys something. This is for people that don't know about this. Hold on. Destroy the security system with RC. You can do this. A lot of people don't know about this. the security system is destroyed. And once you do this, let's define the generator. Is that it up there? It is, okay. And now, no cops. You can just get everything, no police. We'll come after you. Ace Attorney Investigations 2, Zach. It's in the collection. Wait, can you post your comment again then, Zombie Fanatic? Medical supplies to the hangar. Okay, let me get in this helicopter here. Difficult question to answer, Ryan. You are the professional for a reason for this. Thank you, Zuhair. Thanks, dude. Thank you, man. Fixated, didn't you need help with a heist? Are you still here? You needed help with a heist, right? Oh, okay, Gunner. Do I wear Nike shoes? That's a weird question to ask. No, not really. Boone from Fallout New Vegas. The sniper, the NCR sniper. He's kind of cool, I guess. I just don't like his attachment to the NCR. Was Benedict Arnold a good general before he defected to the British? Yeah, he was a decent general. He helped turn the tide at the Battle of Saratoga, and then Gates took the credit for it. Well, one of the reasons that he got really pissed. But ultimately, Arnold, even though he was a good general, he was very greedy. He stole a lot of money, and he had a very big house. He looted a lot. He was corrupt. Well, the Enclave was very powerful when, at the start, but they've lost a lot of their power. Okay, Metis, I'll see you. Take care. I eat fast food maybe like once a month, Ryan. I would like him to be a playable character, Gunner, again. Which Ace Attorney prosecutor do you find to be complicated? Kind of Edgeworth. He went through, like, a lot of conflict. Fixated, do you need help with a heist? Invite me. If not, then Raccoon. I can help one person with their heist, either Fixated or Raccoon. Whoever invites me first, I guess I'll help them. Tom, I'm sorry, I just helped you last week. I'm gonna help Fixated or Raccoon. Okay, Fixated sent me an invite. I'll help Fixated. Fixated, invite me to your arcade. Let's do your heist, then. Help you with that. Bro, appreciate you helping people. Thank you, Fried Fish. My career progress is almost finished on the Oscar Guzman missions. It's very close. I have everything, I just need $5 billion more from it. Or $1.5 million, more like it. That's up to Fixated. Matt Murdock or Saul Goodman? Who's the best lawyer? I don't know who Matt Murdock is. I know Saul Goodman, but Phoenix Wright would be the best lawyer ever, the best fictional lawyer. The Daredevil, oh. When's the new Ace Attorney part? Tomorrow, I'll have it up. Can you see my comment now? Yeah, I can see your comment. What's up, Zombie Fanatic? Oh, he runs one of those vigilante corrupt militias, Gunner. Uno coming to casinos? What? My favorite minigame in Yakuza 0? Maybe pool when the AI isn't broken. Thank you, Aternus, for the super chat. Why are the frames so bad? Are my frames bad right now? Are they? Most evil minor faction in New Vegas, the Fiends. Would you say that Mike Trout is a good person despite being a criminal? No. Mike is a bad person. But here's the difference. Mike is an honorable person, but he's a bad person. You can be an honorable person and still be a bad person. So Mike's definitely not evil, but he's not a good person. If he was a good person, he wouldn't be involved with the people he's involved with. Wait, what are we doing? Don't you have the finale fixated? Wait, what's going on? I'm confused right now. Oh, OBS being weird, huh? Yeah, I could do something like that, Gunner. I do want to make my video talking about the intel in 63 days and talking ultimately about that.
Shit! I was right! Them motherfuckers had cameras. Who knows what they got? I cannot have those pictures coming out. I'm a role model. I do cereal commercials. I'm the brand ambassador for a luxury sedan.
Thank you, Chaz, for sponsoring my channel. Thank you, dude.
Security just chased them out. Get over here. and delete those bitches permanently.
May I join the casino heist? That's up to Fixated. You have to ask him. Oh crap. Ooh. Because it's his heist. They're going good, Amir. How are you? Well, the NCR's capital has been destroyed.
How you doing out there?
No, Iron. He's not. I'll see you, GTA Gar. Take care, man. Did I know that Newin, the dictator of Burma, bathed in dolphin blood? No, I don't know. I didn't know that, Mason. But what the hell? That's disgusting. Okay, let's do the finale then. The thing I don't like about Young Ancestors, you have to watch that really long cutscene when you're the next GTA lore video about the next GTA lore video, what is it gonna be? About Wade and Trevor's relationship. That was a fail. I wanted to see if I could go in the subway tunnel, but I don't think I can actually do that. One moment, Fixated. Hold on. This is probably going to end really badly here. I knew that was going to end badly. Okay, let's do it. Oh, they did Valkyria Chronicles? I didn't know that. Are you gonna do a lore video about Michael's boat? What happened to Michael's boat? I could imagine a lore video on that, huh? What happened to Michael's boat? Who's a more scummy mob boss, Salvatore Leone or Sonny Forelli? Sonny Forelli's way worse. Salvatore's a scumbag, but Sonny... Oh, do you want to have 4 people on this fixated? Because it's artwork. You don't need 4... But it's up to you. Whatever you want to do, dude. If you want 4 people, it's up to you. Oh, what? What happened? Okay. Which version of GTA 5 do you think is better? PS3, PS4, PS5? Well, PS5, because it runs at 60 FPS.
Hello?
I guess invite me then, fixated. I've been sending it all this time. I'm sorry, dude. I didn't see it. I apologize. Okay, ready then, fixated. Let's do it. Thank you for understanding, Zombie Fanatic. What's going on? Wait. Are we doing a 4 people? If you want to do it 4 people, it's fine, fixated, but it just, you probably get more with 2 people with artwork, but whatever you want to do, it's your heist. What are we doing here, fixated? Thoughts on the Brotherhood of Steel? I agree with Mr. House's assessment on them. They're looters. They are just worship technology. They hoard technology. They don't actually help anyone. Oh yeah, a game like Yakuza, you definitely want to play on controller more than mouse and keyboard. I can't imagine what it would be like playing Yakuza on mouse and keyboard. My god, that'd be hard. No, I didn't, Zach. Fixated. Don't give me 25%. Take my 15%, 10% for yourself. Give yourself 70. Don't give me this amount. Take my cut. Give it to yourself. I don't need it. Give it to yourself. Okay, there we go. Let's do it. Vic Vance died in a really stupid way, yeah. I considered making lore videos on, like, Sopranos characters, but I don't want to, and the reason is because the copyright is so annoying. Is really annoying. Favorite rifle in New Vegas, the lever action.
It's not what you know, it's who you know, people. Your new best friend, yeah, he's a great guy to know if you want to get into the back room of a casino. But there's a chance he'll be that sketchy guy in the inevitable biopic who gets blamed for his meltdown. Well, you've got it all riding on a whacked-out celebrity, so let's hope our numbers come in. Here we go. This is the easy part. Just walk in there like you're the most entitled pricks in the universe. Shouldn't be too much of a stretch.
Well, that's why I said it's better to do it with 2 people fixated, but it was up to you. You wanted 3 people, so I guess we're doing with 3. Because Young Ancestor's car I know only has 2, but... Break, revolvers, gunner.
Your friend assures us that he has access to the back, so let's hope he does. Otherwise, you've been getting your hands dirty for nothing. It's not every day you're welcomed into a celebrity entourage, so you know what? Fine. Enjoy yourselves. I don't want to make any insinuations here, but how stable did your friend seem to you? Maybe we should think about paying him a visit.
You must be with the VIP crew, huh? Head upstairs. Trust me, you don't want to keep him with...
One thing I don't like about the Young Ancestor approach is that you cannot skip this cutscene.
I'm sorry, I can let them into the office, but not into the back.
Look, they're here now, and you making me look like a fucking asshole.
Why is my
Promise you
mask
there is
glitching
nothing
out?
Interesting back there.
Can you get your boss online? Mr. D, where is he?
Mr. Duggan?
Yeah,
Right now.
yeah.
Yeah, he's boxing in the gym with his PR guy.
Well, go speak to him, okay? Fuck!
Hey,
I promise you, this will all be cool.
So fucked
just wait
up,
right
man.
here.
Okay, thank you, thanks.
She knows, man. She fucking knows.
We're cool, man. Mr. D's gonna deal with this.
No.
Loves guys like
This
us.
shit too fucked up, man. I'm too famous for this shit, bro. I can't go to jail. I can't go to jail.
Chill.
What you mean, chill? You know what they do to me in jail? Wait. Fuck. This is a fucking
Whoa, hey,
setup,
whoa,
huh?
put it down, man.
You setting us up for what?
I'm with you, bro. I'm with you.
Oh, yeah? How about I ice you and I ice her, and we get the fuck out of
What do
here?
you mean? Ice? Don't, wait. Wait, look. The key card. It's right there, bro.
Oh, shit. My leg. My bad, bro. Fuck.
Not in there.
You cool or what?
Yeah, I'll be cool, man.
Is
Real
everything
cool.
okay?
I have no idea.
No, I shot myself.
Yeah.
Like an idiot.
Fucking weird.
Oh my god!
Can you get me to a doctor, please?
Yeah, of course. Come with me here.
Do I look pale? Do you?
Don't touch me.
I'm feeling faint, bro. I think...
Yeah, I don't like Brucey's appearance in GTA 5. I like his appearance way more in GTA 4. I don't like his appearance in GTA 5. And we're glitching through the door now. Oh man, these cutscenes are so glitched.
Well, that looked relaxing. For a moment, I didn't think you were gonna get back there. Go down the hall until you get to the staircase. Then go down to the ground floor and make your way to the vault. You're coming up on the staff lobby, so remember to stay out of sight. You're not supposed to be there. If you blow your cover, you'll need to start fighting. Through here. This pass gets you into the office and
Wait.
hotel. But if anyone sees you in the staff lobby, expect a confrontation. You can take the elevator down to the vault if you're up to hacking its security control. Otherwise, it's the stairs.
Hey! Ah! Gun.
Oh no, no, no.
I'll see you in hell.
Oh crap!
God
The key's
damn.
up. Just get to the vault however you can.
I forgot that they can see you through the stupid
Okay.
Wait, you don't have key cards on this one? Oh no, this is gonna be really bad without key cards.
Identically on the next screen. I guess since they know you're coming, you can afford to
Oh.
take a few attempts.
Oh, he just opened the door. Never mind. Okay. Ooh, okay, this heist is gonna get a lot more complicated without the level 2 key card. We can do it, but it's just gonna get a lot more complicated. Okay. Wait, Fixated, where did you go, man? Did you leave? No, no, we can do it without the level 2 key card. It's just, did you leave? Oh no. Oh no. Man. No, Fixated, you didn't need to grab them. I could do it without the key. I could do it without the key card. Oh. Just invite us back to the heist, please. Damn, dude. Oh, man. That sucks. What was your opinion on Vito in The Sopranos? Well, the Vito thing, I honestly think it was a big deal out of nothing. I don't think it was a big deal, and I think that they were making it a way bigger deal than it was.
Hipsters in Mirror Park, they got no cause besides booze.
Can you invite me to the heist, please, Fixated? What's the members only theory, class man? I know that I know that the one guy, what was his name? Gene wore the members only jacket. We're gonna have to watch that annoying cutscene again. Oh man, that's gonna suck. We're gonna have to watch that whole cutscene again. Okay, just start up the heist then. And please let's just start through this menu quickly. I know Dug and Shipments isn't really necessary, but it's good to have a level 2 card, but I didn't know that, Gunner. Next part of Ace Attorney's tomorrow. Final part of Mercenaries, probably tomorrow. Tom, please, can you ready up? Tom, please get in.
It's not what you know, it's who you know, people. Your new best friend, yeah, he's a great guy to know if you want to get into the back room of a casino, but there's a chance he'll be that sketchy guy in the inevitable biopic who gets blamed for his meltdown. Well, we've got it all riding on a whacked-out celebrity, so let's hope our numbers come in.
Excuse me. You crap!
I haven't played an Assassin's Creed game in some time. Thanks for the info. With what, Suscat?
Here we go. This is the easy part. Just walk in there like you're the most entitled pricks in the universe. Shouldn't be too much of a stretch.
We're gonna have to watch that annoying cutscene again. Ooh. I know, Ryu, yeah, I know. It's less time.
Your friend assures us that he has access to the back, so let's hope he does. Otherwise, you've been getting
The high power, less recoil gunner.
It's not every day you're welcomed into a celebrity on
Why are you wearing your mask in the heist? I don't know. This keeps happening. I keeps glitching out like this. Oh, no, it's okay, Suscat. The next part of Ace Attorney will be tomorrow.
I don't want to make any insinuations here, but how stable did your friend seem to you? Maybe we should think about paying him a visit.
You must be with the VIP crew, huh? Head upstairs. Trust me, you don't want to keep him waiting.
Yeah, in reality, my mask is actually cursed. There's a spell on me, and I can't take it off, and so I literally sleep like this. I have to like eat like this, like underneath the mask, so that it never comes off.
I'm sorry, I can let them into the office, but not into the back.
Look, they're here now, and you making me look like a fucking asshole.
I promise you there is nothing interesting back there.
Can you get your boss online? Mr. D, where is he?
Mr. Duggan?
Yeah,
Right now.
yeah.
Yeah, he's boxing in the gym with his PR guy.
Well, go speak to him, okay? Fuck!
Hey,
Whew, I promise you, this will all be cool.
This is so fucked
just wait
up,
right
man.
here.
We'll go. Okay, thank you, thanks.
She knows, man. She fucking knows.
We're cool, man. Mr. D's gonna deal with this.
No.
He loves guys like
This
us.
shit too fucked up, man. I'm too famous for this shit, bro. I can't go to jail. I can't go to jail.
Chill.
What you mean, chill? You know what they do to me in jail? Wait. Fuck. This is a fucking
Whoa, hey,
setup.
whoa,
huh?
put it down, man.
You setting us up for what?
I'm with you, bro. I'm with you.
Oh, yeah? How about I ice you and I ice her, and we get the fuck out
What
of
do
here?
you mean? Ice? Don't, wait. Wait, look. The key card. It's right there, bro.
Oh, shit.
My leg.
My bad, bro. Fuck.
Not in there.
You cool or what?
Yeah, I'll be cool, man.
Is
Real
everything
cool.
okay?
I have no idea.
No, I shot myself.
Yeah.
Like an idiot.
Fucking weird.
Oh my god!
Can you get me to a doctor, please?
Yeah, of course. Come with me here.
Do I look pale? Do you?
Don't touch me.
I'm feeling faint, bro. I think I'm bleeding out.
Get the fucking thing off the fucking tape and get out of here.
No, he glitched through the door. Okay.
Well, that looked relaxing. For a moment, I didn't think you were gonna get back there. Go down the hall until you get to the staircase. Then
Wait
go
right
down to
here.
the ground floor and make your way to the vault. You're coming up on the staff lobby, so remember to stay out of sight. You're not supposed to be there. If you blow your cover, you'll need to start fighting. Going your own way, are you? Let's see if it works.
We'll do my lead on this. Hold on, wait.
This pass gets you into the office and hotel. But if anyone sees you in the staff lobby, expect a confrontation. to the vault if you're up to hacking its security control.
Hold on. Hold on, now I gotta figure out how to do this. Crap, I can't even open this door. Okay, hold on. That guy just keeps walking back and forth like a... Damn, oh my god. Ah,
Oh crap! The jig's
that's
up.
so annoying.
Just get to the vault however
Okay.
you can.
The guy just keeps walking back and forth across the room like a... Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Oh, man. Okay. I know you can run past a lot of the guards, but I'm just gonna try this one more time here. I almost had it. I was close.
Well, that looked relaxing. For a moment, I didn't think you were gonna get back there. Go down the hall until you get to the staircase. Then go down to the ground floor and make your way to the vault. You're coming up on the staff lobby, so remember to stay out of sight. You're not supposed to be there. If you blow your cover, you'll need to start fighting. Through here. This pass gets you into the office and hotel. But if anyone sees you in the staff lobby, expect a
We weren't gonna get
confrontation.
elite challenge anyways. This heist,
Take the
this
elevator
approach
down
takes
to the
way
vault
too
if
long.
you're up to hacking its security control. Otherwise, it's the stairs.
Hold on, wait. This door is locked. Okay, wait. What is my character doing right now? Okay, hold on. Okay, I know I'm gonna do it. Hold on.
You looking for?
Okay.
Behind that big
Get over here, guys. Don't let him see you through the door, though. Do not let him see you through that door in the control room. Do not go up to the door. He can see you through it.
The hell you do?
There we go. Okay, Somebody open that up. I'm going downstairs. Somebody get the daily cash loot in the meantime. Oh god, okay, this is... Okay.
Hey, you can't be here.
No, damn.
Necessary force.
Oh my god. I absolutely hate the stealth in this game. I hate the stealth so much in this game sometimes. I hate the stealth so much. I was in cover and then my character got out of cover. Like, I hate the stealth in this game so much. Like, it's so garbage. Like, there are 1990s games that have better stealth than this game. Like, at least Siphon Filter, which came out on the PS1, has better stealth than this game. This is disgusting. The stealth in this game sucks. The stealth is so terrible.
Well, that looked relaxing. For a moment, I didn't think you were gonna get back there.
I literally had that
Down
too.
the hall until you get to the staircase. Then go down to the ground floor and make your way to the vault. You're coming up on the staff lobby, so remember to stay out of sight. You're not supposed to be there. If you blow your cover, you'll need to start fighting.
I literally had that too. I was so close.
This pass gets you into the office and hotel, but if anyone sees you in the staff lobby, expect a confrontation. You can take the elevator down to the vault if you're up to hacking its security control. Otherwise, it's the stairs.
Hey,
What?
you're going toe.
Oh, crap.
What? How?
Jigs up. Just get to the vault however you can.
Break the gas.
Through here.
Terrible, terrible stealth. I just know GTA 4 ringtones, Easter eggs, and GTA Liberty City Stories head radio and lips radio. Oh, which one's Agent Reaper? I didn't... Thank you for the super chat. I know, that's what I think I'm gonna do. I think we're just gonna run into the laundry room. I think that's probably what we'll do. The gun of the corpse went off. Yep, sometimes that happens.
Well, that looked relaxing. For a moment, I didn't think you were gonna get back there. Go down the hall until you get to the staircase. Then go down to the ground floor and make your way to the vault. You're coming up on the staff lobby, so remember to stay out of sight. You're not supposed to be there. If you blow your cover, you'll need to start fighting. Through here. This pass gets you into the office and hotel, but if anyone sees you in the staff lobby, expect a confrontation. You can take the elevator down to the vault if you're up to hacking its security
It's okay,
control.
Fixated. It's not your fault.
Otherwise, it's the stairs.
Hold on. Okay, we're doing something different. Okay. Watch out for the guard that keeps walking back and forth. I didn't take him down, so watch out for him. Ow. Tom, get back here quickly. Okay. Hug the wall. Hug the wall. Hug the wall. Hug the wall as you're going across. Tom, you have to hug the wall as you're going across. It's the trick to get around him. Okay. Quick, fixated swipe. Swipe. Okay, there we go. Ooh.
Okay, so far so bueno. Push on to the vault. Ha! Looks like the guard at the vault room isn't there. Happy days. Okay, we made it here. Get out your equipment and get into the vault. You need to drill your way through multiple discs in order to break the vault door lock. Keep an eye on your temperature gauge. We saw a lot of effort was going too quick. Okay, disc one is done on this side. Hurry, I want to see the inside of that vault. Number two done. That's disc three. Good, that's the left side taken care of.
Yeah, but hopefully GTA 6 does a lot of these vehicles a lot better. Hopefully that. In your opinion, which casino has the easier stealth approach? Diamond in this game or Golden Grin from Payday 2? I don't remember Payday 2, the casino heist. I didn't play that much of Payday 2. Yeah, I would agree with that. They do need more functionality, pickup trucks in the GTA games. I'm getting everything on the left side.
Hey, that art looks expensive to me. Let's give it a new home. Good news. Seeing as we stayed under the radar, we have a little more time here. Now, your hacker can block the security sensors while you're in the vault, but only for a while. If the system goes quiet for too long, it triggers the alarm as a failsafe. And, did I mention that if the alarm goes off in here, they'll flood the place with nerve agent? No? Okay, well, I'm mentioning it now. If you're making good time in there, try getting into some of the lockboxes.
Okay, we'll get everything in this vault, though. We'll get everything. Okay, Fixated, can you please, get F over there? Okay, At 15 seconds, we leave.
40 seconds. 30 seconds.
Okay, time to go. Let's leave.
Perfect. Now get out before they smell a rat. Gas incoming. 10 seconds.
Okay,
Time's up. Here comes the
got
nerve
this.
agent. Get the hell out of there before you get a long fall. We're still under the radar. Perfect. Perfect. People, that is
And just swipe Fixated. I'll watch when you do it.
We cleaned them out. Okay, let's see if we can make the way out as smooth as the way in. Get your key
Would I ever
cards
get
ready.
tattoos? No. there we go.
All right, now stay calm. Back the way you came through the checkpoint. Nothing to see here.
We're gonna need to get rid of him.
Get in the cargo elevator and use your key card. Play it cool.
Okay, there we go. Let's do it. Favorite Hot Pocket? Oh, I haven't had Hot Pockets in a long time.
Okay, I need you to stay calm. They've seen what you did to the vault, and now the whole place is locking down fast. They know you're still in the building. Just keep moving and keep quiet. Time to change your outfits. We need a fresh start if you're gonna make it out of here under the radar.
What happened to the outfits? Oh, the outfits glitched out.
We've got some heavy chatter on the police frequencies. Sounds like they're sending noose.
Okay, we're just gonna have to leave like this. Come on. Yeah, this heist has been full of so many glitches, but we can't take Young Ancestor's car because it's only two-seater.
Hey, yeah, I can't really talk, but it sounds like this thing is working out, right? Yeah.
Remember, they know the vault's been hit, but they don't know who you are or where you are. They have patrols sweeping the whole place, and all the civilians have been evacuated. So if they see you, they'll know it's you. So just stay out of their way, keep your cool, and get to the buyer.
Hold on, just
Don't
wait
let them
for
see you leaving. You should avoid the bulk of the cops this way. The only thing that matters is making it to your ride. The driver has the getaway car in position. I've pinged you the GPS. Get to the buyer, don't bring the cops, and we're home free.
Rockstar doesn't fix a lot of glitches. They're incompetent with that.
I think they're onto you. A real cop wouldn't be going away from the casino.
This heist is so glitched, Lester thinks we're in cop outfits right now.
Alright, our decoy is online. The cops are confused as hell. Don't get scared.
Everyone get, oh wait,
Figure out what we're doing.
I'm taking these cars, actually. I thought it was the four-seater for a second, but whatever, okay.
Just got word from the decoy. We don't have long before they have to tap out. Make the most of it. Alright, the decoy is out. You're on your own now.
Damn! Oh my god, I'm pissed. That helicopter should not have seen me.
If the buyer hears so much as a siren, this whole thing goes up in smoke. Lose the cops.
Okay. Almost out. I'm gonna lose the cops any moment now. There we go, lost him. No more cops for me.
I knew this would be sweet. Liberating large amounts of private equity from private equity. That's something.
It's boring going in the sewers. It's the same thing every time.
But you strolled out of there carrying their crown jewels right under their noses. The ultimate humiliation. Oh, I've taken a whole lot of scores, but none of them has been sweeter than this.
Come on. Oh man, this sucks right now. Here we go, okay. Yeah, the star system sometimes... You know, one thing I like about Red Dead Redemption 2 is that you know when you're about to lose the wanted level. Like, it gives you a little indicator in the wanted system, like when the letters go down. But for GTA, like, I wish you had a little timer you knew, like, right when you were about to lose the wanted level.
What are you doing? Fuck over here. Restricted.
Most competent Sopranos character? Ah, that's a good question. Who would be the most competent Sopranos character? No, not Tony. Tony does dumb things. Maybe Silvio. Or actually, not Silvio. Carmine Sr. Carmine Sr. is the most competent Sopranos character. I think we can all agree on that. Yeah, Carmine Sr. Yeah. Well, Jimmy DeSanta is actually based on AJ Soprano. Oh crap! Wait, no. Copyright claim. Ooh, I almost got claimed. That was close. They almost took the stream. Ooh. Hatsune Miku? No, I don't know. Who is that? Death of Carmine Sr. ruined both New York and New Jersey families. He really was keeping everything and everyone in line and order. Yep. Yeah, he was. You know, when you really think about it, Carmine Sr.'s death is just like Genghis Khan's death. He was keeping the whole empire together, and then when he died, because he didn't name a clear successor who would succeed him after he died, that it just all ended in chaos. And all of his lieutenants started fighting each other over who would be the next Khan. It was a disaster. And that's how Mongolia collapsed. Okay,
Well, fuck you! I'm somebody now.
Okay, I think we'll probably, wrap this up here. What do I think of the Sopranos ending? I hated it when I was a kid, but I kind of like it now, when I'm an adult.
Look what you made me do!
Oh, fuck.
Well, thank you, Zach. Would I consider playing Mirror's Edge? The PS3 parkour game, I remember it. Maybe one day. I do remember that game. Thank you, Eric. Yeah, I'm a little tired. I'm gonna get something to eat. I never liked the Final Destination movies. I just didn't like those movies. Who's that, Andrew? Thank you, Zach. I'll see you. Yeah, he is, Strike. Upcoming lore videos, I want to make a video on Marcello in Max Payne 3. But I've just been a bit busy with stuff, but it's gonna come out this month. Yes, he is, Strike. Is Johnny Klebitz a pointless GTA protagonist? Kind of, in a way, now. I feel like his story is, like, pointless in GTA 4 because of the direction GTA 5 went in. Thank you, Zach. Wade video? Yes, I'll make that also, Andrew. But I guess I'll be going here. Have I heard of True Crime? Yes, I have, Patel. I've never played them, but I'll play them one day. He did Humberto, but it was for Ashley. But I guess I'll be going here, guys. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. And I'll have the next part of Yakuza 0 up tonight, if you want to watch it. But thank you guys for hanging out with me. If you guys enjoyed this stream, do drop a like, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care, everyone. Have a wonderful day, guys.